Lightning 100 Flaming Lips. Do you realize you're listening to Lightning 100 on 100.1 FM WRLT Franklin, Nashville? And my in-studio guest right now, I've got Nashville's own Webb Wilder. How's it going, Webb?
Great, Dan. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing better now that you got here. It's always fun to have you here in the Lightning 100 studios. And
Thanks for saying so.
Yeah, I don't know if you live technically right in Nashville. Is this a pretty short drive?
Yeah. It's always confusing to me to get here, but I always get here.
It is confusing. I actually just got off the phone with someone giving them the detailed instructions on how to get over to Lightning 100. We're lucky if people have been to the Yazoo tap room before, because then they can get their way.
It's a circuitous route, but the fruits of your arrival are many, because the Marathon Village is whatever you call it. The old facility here of the Marathon Automobile Factory is mind-blowing.
Webb getting into character a bit here. You didn't start off in character, so.
And a garden fresh salad.
I used to work in radio, years ago. I worked in terrestrial and satellite radio. And the first guy I worked for was a guy named Doc Chaston, who was the manager of the station down in Mississippi. And he also did, commercials and production. And when he would do commercials for restaurants, he would usually add a garden fresh salad. And he could really say it. You wanted a salad as soon as you heard him say it.
I'm getting hungry, but it's also because, usually I get to have lunch or go sit at my desk after the request hour. So, but I don't mind.
But I have deprived you of that. I'm sorry.
You know what? That's actually not even true. They snuck us some pizza today. So, in radio, you eat a lot of pizza. You got to be careful. It's actually the first time I saw vegan pizza brought over to the office, which was kind of interesting. I tried some of that. It was pretty good. I'm not afraid of vegetables. So we got Webb Wilder here in the Lightning 100 studios. It's this Saturday night. He's playing out at 3rd and Lindsley. Nice early show. 7 o'clock. Drew Dixon, a part of it. Of course, it's his hometown show, and he's got a new album out on Blind Pig Records, More Like Me. And I'm excited about chatting to him about that. But you got your guitar here.
Yep.
You got the Gibson.
Seems almost in tune.
All right. Well, let's do a song. What do you want to play?
Well,
tell us about it.
In this world of multimedia and stuff, my fans wind up hearing recordings on my website of radio station performances I did in other cities, So it's almost like I've been here when I haven't, So I want to do something I haven't been doing at the other places. This is a song called Pretty Is As Pretty Does, which I guess was inspired by the fact that my mother, that was one of her many adages. And it's not an uncommon one, but it's one of those like, what does it really mean? And I'm not sure I know yet. Right after I wrote the song, I thought, well, now I know. And then I realized, no, not really.
Yeah, okay, so this is one of the tunes you wrote on here, because it's not all originals on here.
No, I wrote 5 of the songs, and then the other songs sort of come from an accidental roadmap of sort of iconic underdogs of some of my favorite sorts. And for instance, Eddie Hinton was a little white guy who almost embodied the soul of a second cousin of Otis Redding or something, and he was also the house guitarist at Muscle Shoals, probably after Duane Allman, and wrote a lot of the songs on Dusty in Memphis by Dusty Springfield, and just a phenomenal guy. And I got to see him live one time, and I got to do one of his songs on here, and sadly he's no longer with us. Rocky Erickson, who is unique to say the least, who some people think is the first psychedelic music artist, the 13th Floor Elevators out of Texas. His band was at least one of the first.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people say that the San Francisco groups were in the folk mode till the 13th Floor Elevators came there.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
A guy named Jim Ford, who Nick Lowe always waves the flag for, who wrote a song that a bunch of the Brit guys did called Juju Man. I've done that. And then I found another song, and Jim's a great writer, and I thought he wrote the song, but he didn't. It's called Changing Colors. And Larry Williams, who I consider one of the architects of rock and roll, he wrote Short Fat Fanny and Dizzy Miss Lizzie and Bad Boy and Slow Down. And oddly enough, he did not write this song, but he did it. He's the original artist. She Said Yeah, which the Stones and the Groovies and different people have done. And I'm probably leaving... and my aunt and uncle had a record label called Trumpet in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And they recorded a guy named Jimmy Swan, who was a hillbilly kind of artist. And he, post-Trumpet, had a song called Honky Tonkin' in Mississippi. And we've done a very different than he would have ever imagined version of that.
Well, fun. Well, I'm excited about hearing you perform and talking about your record here. So let's hear. This is Webb Wilder live in the Lightning 100 studios, a song he mentioned his mom inspired. Pretty Is As Pretty Does on Lightning 100.
I know what it means because I let her do me like she does. Now I'm pretty blue. Time is gonna help, I know, and there's no place else to go. So I'll stay and see the show. I'll leave when it's through. When the joke's on you, it makes it kinda hard to laugh. Ain't nobody wants your autograph. That's for damn sure. What can I say, folks? I was born on Pete Townshend's birthday. I got a high-watt amp. I could help you out, I guess, but I'd probably make a mess. I don't feel too good myself, so why listen to me? Pretty is as pretty does. You could go down for that buzz. Don't confuse what is with what was. Once now it's history. Love is blind, you only see what you want to see. Don't you know that beauty's just skin deep? Pretty is as pretty does. I know what it means because I let her do me like she does. Now I'm pretty blue.
Lightning 100. All right. Webb Wilder live in the studios this Saturday night. You can catch him out at 3rd and Lindsley, 7 o'clock with Drew Dixon for a hometown show.